Hi there, and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to share with you the card that I made for the August installment of Case-A-Card. This is a collab hosted by my friend Deb, who is Deb Houck's Crafty Cottage here on YouTube. And there's just a couple of us in this collab, and I'll leave the links below to Deb's channel and Heather's channel. So for my card that I cased this time, I went to the annual catalog way back on page 104. And I was inspired by this card right here. What caught my eye was that cute little border that they stamped repeatedly across the card, and then the vellum dragonfly. And so I wanted to recreate something similar to that. And they used Dragonfly Garden for that card, and that is a stamp set that I do have. So let me set that aside and show you my card. Well, before I do that, I used Dragonfly Garden. I used this dragonfly, I believe, and then this sentiment right here. I also used from Stampin' Up! Friendly Silhouettes dies, this die right along here. Here is my card, and I'll tell you about a couple other things that I used. So I had purchased a paper sampler, and so I had a sample of the, I think it's called Sun Prints paper. So I used that as my background. And then here's where I use the Friendly Silhouette die. I die cut that in a thick white cardstock and ran that across the bottom. This label right here is a leftover from an old Stampin' Up! Card kit. I'm not sure, I don't think it was a paper pumpkin kit, but it was another kit that I owned at one time, and I just keep all the leftover pieces in a box and go through it periodically to see what I want to use. Here's the dragonfly from the stamp set, and it's not going to show, but I stamped it onto some shimmer vellum, and I couldn't find my StazOn ink because not all ink will dry on vellum unless you heat emboss it, and I didn't want to do that. But I believe that this is a bright blue Brilliance ink, and Brilliance ink is one that will dry on vellum. So I stamped it from there, and then, are there dies? Yeah, there are, or there's a punch. So I used the matching punch for the card. So this is a 6x6 heavy white card base, and the inside I just used another piece of the sun print paper and then a smaller square to stamp an additional sentiment or to write your message on. So there is my card. That's the stamp set that I used, and this is the card that I cased right there. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for joining me, and now I'm off to create.